Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Hmbl. Hmbl has launched its Search 3, which is pretty interesting. And the question is, will this increase revenue? Hmbl needs more revenue. We're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about a possible reverse split. Kind of got to talk about the elephant in the room there. And then dilution as well. And we're going to talk all about Humbl. All right, Humbl being a penny stock, it was the hottest penny stock out there about 18, 24 months ago. And now, of course, it's crashed just like every other penny stock pretty much. And part of it has just been the market. I mean, literally, if you own any penny stocks, there's about a 90% chance that yours is crashed. Let's just call it what it is. That's one of the reasons why, like I keep emphasizing, people don't like to hear this, but I do the 10% rule, where I do not put in more money into penny stocks, more than 10%. That's my max, and that's my rule. And I keep emphasizing that. I'm going to continue to do so. I do also put 10% in crypto and crypto related. It's also crashed. But again, if I keep it below 10%, it's not going to brutally affect me. And when it runs up, you know, it's nice. And like I said, if you were in penny stocks, you were probably way up, and now you're probably way down. Same with crypto. Pain. So, but they'll come back. You know, that's the thing. These things run in cycles, and eventually at some point, the first thing that crashes is the first thing that comes back, and that'll probably be the pennies and the high growth stocks as well. And we're starting to see a little bit of that. I've noticed companies like Palantir, for example, which is a high growth stock, it dropped all the way down to in the 6s, and it's back up in the 9s. So 6 months seeing some improvement, but we're also running into a recession with terrible inflation. And man, oh man, I don't feel good about inflation improving, because gas prices, we're getting ready to have $5 a gallon. And I don't see anything that's being planned or worked on to do anything about that at all right now. Hopefully that'll change, but I doubt it. I really do. So like I said, we're going to be dealing with a bit of a recession over the next 3 to 6 months. So at some point, like I say, this sector will improve, but you know, it's probably going to kind of just meander for a while. And then I think, like I said, we'll probably start seeing some improvement towards the end of the year. All right, so I've now talking about meandering, that's what I've been doing the last several minutes. Let's get into Humbl. All right, well, Humbl launched its new cross-chain search engine, Search 3. It's a new cross-chain search engine designed to help users explore Web3, a decentralized version of the World Wide Web built on blockchain. And it says Search 3 is one of the first cross-chain NFT search engines, allowing consumers to directly search NFTs by wallet or contract address across Ethereum and then blocks. And if you know about blocks, it's pretty much the same founders of Humbl is blocks. Now it's decentralized, so it's not owned by Humbl. And if you try to say that it is, they get real angry over at blocks on their Discord. So don't ever say that in there. But it's the same founders. Brian Foote is heavily involved in that, and also Calvin White, highly intelligent dude. I saw him in an interview a while back, and he knows what he's doing. But anyway, so that's pretty much going to be real helpful with NFTs, being able to search them and make sure that they're secure and correct. And like I said, it says consumers are able to confirm that NFTs have been verified by blocks to help protect against fraud and forgery on NFT marketplaces. And blocks are very inexpensive. I think last time I checked, it's under a penny. So, I mean, it's not going to be expensive as opposed to using Ethereum, which is very expensive, as you know. If you've ever used Ethereum, you know it costs a damn fortune. It says the search engine also shows customers where NFTs are available for purchase across various marketplaces. It says that the company's shipping a companion Humbl web wallet that enables customers to more seamlessly swap, transact, and manage digital assets on Web3. And it's got security features in it, the wallet itself, and so that's good. It says the company will be working to monetize the Web3 engine across advertising sales, branded content, NFT marketplace commissions, and it'll probably be commissions on those NFTs that are sold through it, I would think, tokenized incentive and loyalty programs. But the advertising sales on that website could be very lucrative. You know, now I hate to compare it to Google, because Google's the monster and that's the most profitable company in the world, basically. But like I said, if they could be a little teeny tiny Google, maybe they could make some good advertising money with this Web3 search engine, because really what Humbl needs more of is more revenue. Of course, what they're trying to do is be the Amazon of digital assets and make money all the way across the board in various ways. And like I say, this would be one way they could do that. And here's Humbl's Search 3, and it's a beta. So understand it's not the final version. This is just them getting this thing rolling. And you can go on there and you can look up like Hmbl NFT, and it'll take you, like I said, it's not dissimilar to Google. You can go to the Hmbl gallery, and I'm sure it'll take you right to it. And here it takes you right to the gallery and how to buy and all of that. But I believe you can use it as strictly a search engine. For example, if I want to look up NEO stock. And here's all your articles and everything. Like I say, there's NEO. And here's information on it. It's up 3% today. That's good. I'm glad to see that. Here's Humbl. Humbl's up about 2% today. So that's a little positive there. But you can go down through here and, like I say, look up articles on it, just like Google. It works very similar. It may be in some way associated with it. I'm not 100% sure exactly how this works. Here you can look up images. Here's images of Brian Foote. And here Brian says, the challenge of building a decentralized Web3 that is still easily discoverable, well organized, and verifiable on blockchain for users is both groundbreaking and exciting. It says, we view Search 3 as a simple discovery layer that provides verifiable blocks of information on top of Web3. It says, we want to quickly deliver users to both authentic results and actionable transactions on top of Web3. And if you don't want to know how they're doing this, if you'll remember, they bought a company down in Mexico. It was a 35-person technology accelerator, and that's who's, my understanding is who's in charge of this and who's handling a lot of the work is being done there. So that explains why they bought that company down there. And if you'll remember, I believe Brian retired some of his shares in order to be able to afford to do that, along with some cash as well. And as you can see, the stock's been sitting right on this support where it dropped all the way down to that 10 cents a while back. Gosh, that was months ago. And it's kind of been sitting right on it for a long time, right around that, almost 10 cents. So let's take a look and see how many shares are outstanding. So now you can see it's sitting at 1.5 billion. This thing was under 1 billion several months ago, but we've had some dilution because if you'll remember on December 3rd, the insiders were released to be able to sell some of their shares. Now, the actual insiders, the people working there, I don't think have sold very much at all, and Brian Foote has not sold any. He's tied up for 2 years. But the angel investors are not, and they can sell, I believe it's 3% per month, then it can move up to 5%. And they've obviously sold quite a few shares because we've gone from under 1 billion. I think the float, like I said, in August was 800 million. Now we're up to 1.5 billion. So it's almost doubled. So that's going to cut your share price almost in half. But again, even if you doubled it, you'd still be down. So, I mean, like I said, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the penny stock market has gotten hammered. And the other thing is this company needs to make more revenue. And let's take a look at their first quarter. And of course, this is a brand new company, so keep that in mind. But they did $1.1 million in revenue, cost of revenue of $500,000. So they had a gross profit of $626,000. But unfortunately, you can see all their expenses here. And one of their biggest ones is stock-based compensation. Now, granted, that's not a cash flow issue. It's not like they've got to come up with the cash to do that. But it's on a GAAP basis. It hurts your GAAP profitability, and that's an issue. Then you've also got a settlement fee in here of $1 million and some impairment goodwill. Again, I don't believe these are big regular cash flow issues. So that's $6.2 million of the $12 million lost. So, like I said, they probably GAAP-wise lost about $6 million. And this number's got to go up. Now, part of the reason this was down was because of the Rona. Humbl tickets probably should have been at least double this. But like I said, because there were some lockdowns, especially in areas where they sell tickets, that hurt them. And of course, they're trying to get their revenues up as much as possible. That Search 3 could be a winner. It really could, because of the advertising money that could come from that if they get that built up could be significant, especially with NFTs if they make a bit of a comeback. But anyway, that's why this company needs more revenues, and that's why I'm looking for Search 3 to hopefully help with that. And then also their Humbl tickets improving, NFTs, and all the other ways that they're set up to make money. Now, if you've seen some people on YouTube, some people are calling Humbl a scam and all that kind of thing. I don't think it's a scam. I don't think Brian Foote is a scammer or anything along those lines. That's my opinion. Understand, that's my opinion as an investor. You may have a different opinion, but I don't see that at all. I see a company that's, it got ahead of its skis and has pulled back, and everything's pulled back. And on top of that, now there is the possibility of a reverse split, and that came directly from George Sharp, who is heavily involved with Humbl, as you know. And he actually put that on Twitter. It's not guaranteed, but he said it's likely. So, and he called it a small reverse split. Now, this would be a different one than what we experienced the first one, where none of the B shares were affected by it at all. And actually, they got multiplied by 10,000, where we got cut by 75%. It was 4-to-1. So in this one, everybody would deal with it. Now, technically, it shouldn't affect the value of a stock at all, you know, as far as true value. Now, it would affect the price, but you'd also have less shares, and the price would go up. So you'd have technically the same amount of value. But like I say, typically a reverse split's not too helpful. It usually is negative. So I'm not too excited about that. And I was planning on dollar cost averaging on this thing, but with that kind of hanging over Humbl, I want to wait until that occurs, or if they come out and clarify that it's not going to happen. But until that's clarified to me and I see it one way or the other, I'm going to hold back. I am holding what I have. I am down on it. It's really no point selling. And I want to give this thing some time, because it does look like it has a good future, but you know, time will tell on that. And that's strictly my opinion. Hopefully this thing takes off at some point. I sure would like to see that. It would be helpful. But you know, we'll see. But I will not be dollar cost averaging until I know for sure about the reverse split. And if I know for sure it's going to happen, I'll wait till it occurs, and then I'll do that. That's me. You can do what you want. It's your money. You do as you please. But those are my plans right now. All right, folks, and that's Humbl today. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about the Search 3. I think that's pretty interesting. Hopefully that'll increase their revenue. You know, the dilution's been pretty painful, but like I said, everybody's taking it on the chin in the penny stock land. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Humbl. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. I wish this could have been a more positive, you know, it's not like it was a negative review. It's just, you know, the Humbl Search 3 is pretty exciting. But, you know, I'm going to cover dilution. I'm going to talk about the reverse splits, what I do. You know, I'm going to try to give you the good and the bad. And like I said, while technically it should not affect the value of your, you know, holdings, it typically does. So, darn it, I don't like to end on a negative note. Try to focus on Search 3. Anyway, I hope you did like the content, and we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.